Things really are in shambles right now. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that Master Duel button so you guys don't miss out more Oz content. Now, I want to talk about the state of kind of everything across the board here, including Master Duel, because I have been seeing nothing but absolute anger from the Master Duel community with the current state of Master Duel. And I just pulled up the tier list for this. Malice has a 32.5% power level, with Ryzel having a 21.5% power level, with Gem Knights being the third deck behind them with an estimated power level of 5. You're in a 2-deck format with Malice running so much further ahead of the curve. Like, this is insane to me that Konami has allowed this to actually happen. You're grinding your player base into the ground here. Now, what's kind of crazy to me about this is all of the complaining and upside down and the upsetness of Master Duel got drowned out fairly recently by the creation of Genesis format. And I can't help but wonder if the two could possibly be intertwined. TCG says they've been working on this format for 2 years, but it's odd that you choose to release this format into paper at the exact same time as one of Master Duel's absolutely worst formats in its creation of history. That is a very, very strange takeaway from this. Now, I do want to say, we do see very much that Master Duel it's in a dumpster fire right now. I do expect probably sometime in the next couple of days we will probably see some revisions to this. But your next problem becomes, Mitsurugi's got to come and land at some point out here. If you're looking around at this and you're looking at the current state of TCG and OCG, you're going to notice one very simple thing. And it's Mitsurugi this, Mitsurugi that, and Mitsurugi hasn't even landed in Master Duel. If you're worried and upset about the current state of everything that's happening in here, boy oh boy, I gotta tell you about some reptile monsters that are gonna ruin your day out here. Because you're gonna have to deal with these little reptile guys that are gonna ritual summon, board wipe, the ride never truly ends. That's every single turn. It's a board wipe. And both the TCG and the OCG have both found themselves simultaneously in the exact same situation. I think it's a little bit worse in the OCG right now than it is in the TCG from what I'm reading, but this is a Master Duel discussion, Robbie. Why are you bringing this all up? Because you have to understand that when one part of the game suffers, everything kind of suffers, except for in the case of Genesis format. Now, on the topic of, well, Robbie, why don't they just implement Master Duel with Genesis format? That'll save the format. So here's the thing about that. Genesis format is a TCG recognized thing. Not so much a Japanese official format. And I hate to tell you, but TCG is a little worm in comparison to the hierarchy of the OCG Master Duel. By the way, Master Duel is ran by the Japanese side of the game. That means that in order to have Genesis format implemented, that it would have to be successful here, but it would also have to be accepted by Japan's branch, and that would also mean that they would have to have success for it over there, and then they would have to implement it into Master Duel. Now, they could just implement it in Master Duel, test it, see if it takes off, and then, run the thing. Now, obviously, because Master Duel ends up being so far behind on these sorts of things, then you could have a different Genesis ban list for Master Duel. But wait, Genesis's format is updated once a month. just like Master Duel's ban list. But why implement this on Master Duel when we could just keep it implemented in paper and keep your interest in paper Yu-Gi-Oh? Because if we implement this into, the platform, then why even play paper Yu-Gi-Oh? That is the entire conundrum right now. Master Duel player sees formats dog shit, gets very upset, complains, sees Genesis format, decides to play Genesis format, loves Genesis format, gets very optimistic Genesis format could come to Master Duel, realizes it's a TCG only thing, probably will not be implemented, maybe a side event or something, but oh no, depression hits. Now you're left in a situation where you just continue to play paper Yu-Gi-Oh with your friends, go to your locals, have fun again, continue to not look back at Master Duel until something good at Master Duel happens. So what happens when you make bad formats, Konami? So what happens when you release probably one of the most toxic formats and just allow it to go? Yeah, Malice form. I truly hope you guys are enjoying Malice Risal format, because not a single goddamn one of us enjoyed it as much as tier format, right, guys? Yeah, if anybody tells you that tier format was a bad ride, man, just kindly remind them that tier format was just peak Yu-Gi-Oh with interactions, and Malice is just a lot of touching the deck and regurgitating, yay, link summon, link summon, link summon, link summon. You're watching like the first 20 episodes of Link Brains, not at turbo speed, so you're going to see that link summoning animation every single time. It sucks, doesn't it? It does. Now, Robbie, where's the optimism right now? You said you were going to be more positive about Genesis format. I am. I love the format. I haven't played it yet, but I love the format. I love theory crafting. I love analyzing and seeing what people are coming up with. I love seeing data. I love analyzing tournaments. I love seeing why players are playing to counterplay these sorts of things. You have to play Lancia and Master Duel to counteract this where you don't have a side deck. That's your problem. If Master Duel is 2 out of 3 format, then we can implement and have the side deck. But you don't get that. Alright? Genesis format, it's fun. I also do want to be very optimistic on the Genesis format thing here in comparison to Master Duel. I have now seen more players returning back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, or at least talking to people that used to, or old people that talk to people that play current Yu-Gi-Oh! That are wanting to come back and give this a shot. They're excited, and that's crazy. But this is kind of a wake-up call from Konami that if you're like a Master Duel only player, to give the actual TCG card game some feedback. It's crazy because we've just kind of had the thoughts, not even like a year ago, that paper Yu-Gi-Oh! They were trying to kill it off. But it's really funny because now it's the exact opposite. Now Konami's trying to lure you back into paper and still have you play Master Duel. And it's a cycle, man. It's one of the most interesting cycles of marketing that you're going to be in. No one sector of this game will ever truly be dead. It's just, unfortunately, your official sim right now is still many sets behind. You're left in probably one of the worst formats that modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had. And you're just kind of left in shambles to collect the pieces of yourself. And ask yourself, why do I choose to play this game? Understandably so. I do hope that Konami addresses Master Duel's problems in a very timely fashion. Unfortunately, I don't think that these problems will all be solved. I think it's near impossible with being behind, because when the TCG and OCG hit bad formats, you're going to hit them as well. It's just an inevitability of the vicious cycle of power creep that does exist in this game. You can always try to make the argument and try to tone it down, but it's not going to happen. It is what it is. So hopefully Malice and Risal get checked in a timely manner to allow something to even come remotely close to competing. Man, I miss Tenpai. Guys, have a good rest of your day, right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.